Okay, this video is only going to make sense if you read the associated blog post. So go down to the notes and click on that if you haven't already seen it. There will be a link to my blog and photos for you to see.net. And anyways, you can read that and know what's going on. Anyways, these are photos from a trip I was recently on. I flew like 5 days in a row and stayed at 3 different cities, and I was kind of cryptic in my blog post about where these photos were taken at. I'll just walk you through my pictures that I took on this trip, or some of them, at least the less embarrassing ones. Anyways, this is in Washington D.C. where I was just going out to get dinner with my camera, and it was evening, so that's why I brought my camera and the light was good. You see light coming through the window and hitting this reflective thing here. This is kind of one of my new philosophies here. If I see any good light, I'm going to try and take a picture, even if it's really something kind of not the greatest subject matter, like the landing in front of the elevator in our hotel like this. But you get this reflection here, and I took it. Wasn't good enough to make the blog post, but just kind of like a warm-up picture. And hit the road. Another one like, oh, taking a picture of the light again, just a reflection of a tree on a building. Not the greatest picture, warm up type thing, get an idea of fall afternoon kind of deal. Alright, here's my first street photo of the day. I was a little set up. I was going to get dinner, and I've been overnight in this place in DC like a million times in the last 15 years, and I go to Chipotle like every time because I'm boring with my food. And anyhow, the quickest way up to dinner had crummy light because it was like in shadows. So I skipped 2 blocks over the edge of this area of bigger buildings, so I get the afternoon, the last of the evening light coming through. This is under an underpass, and here it is, the standard easy street photo of some guy in the distance lost in this big cluster of modern concrete and stuff. I took it because of these pillars are all different colors, and it's alright. It's, again, did not make the blog post because it's just kind of like a boring old street photo. Alright, here's the one that did make the blog post. I like this picture okay because I like the color scheme with the gold, tan, black, and the dude walking through is kind of looks almost fake. I showed this picture to someone I was working with, and they're like, "That's not real." And they zoom in, and you take a look. It'll take a second to load because of the screen capture software. And I don't know if it's gonna snap into focus or not. There we go. And definitely tell it's real. I think this one might actually look cooler if it was blown up like 36 inches across, because it would have this kind of almost cartoony look from afar, and then when you walk up close to it, you can tell it was a highly realistic photo. So I think this one alright. Also, I had to use Lightroom's lens correction tool to make these verticals straight. If you see the original, they all wide angle shots architecture, the lines going upward, they converge, and I just straightened it in Lightroom. That's a little thing I do when I'm taking these pictures where I know I'm going to have to do a lens correction like that. I shoot it wider than I need to, because you know you're going to lose something in that crop for the lens correction. And cameras today have 20-some million pixels. You know, you can crop a quarter of the picture and you're not going to lose that much resolution. So I just plan that way when I shoot sometimes with architectural, that it's gonna get cropped. So I just leave the edges sloppy and crop it in post. And I don't know, there's nothing wrong with that because it's part of the process, makes for better pictures and whatever. Let's see next. Okay, so get on a full screen. So that was day 1, Washington D.C. Let's see, day 2. Filter these down here. End up in Austin at night. This is my hotel window view. Kind of like to exhibit all these geometric parallel lines of dots in the background that also match the parallel lines of the curtains. It's okay, but did not make the blog post because it's, I don't know, this one I kind of like well enough, almost put it, but just didn't get the context. Alright, so here's that picture I wrote about in the blog post that I liked because it's all strictly on feel. And I don't know, it's one of those pictures that if you were just seeing this, I think the average person's be like, this is just a junk snapshot, which maybe it is, but I liked it. When I walked up, I saw this you know, the guardrail or whatever with the lines on it, and the black and white car and the black and white sign. Everything kind of matched. It had this really awful bright sun on it, and going back to like that picture at the beginning, when I said if I ever see interesting light, I'm gonna take the picture, even if I'm not sure it's a great quality subject. And in the end, I kind of like this one because it's got a weird feel to it with the almost black and white colors, but yet it's a color picture, and that horrible sun, kind of not your usual photo that someone's gonna take, but that's definitely the feel of downtown of the city, I think. I use another one I took with this empty sign. I always, whenever I find something that's like this, I gotta play with it. A frame within a frame. And I was walking down the street, saw this empty sign, this church, the last bit of sunlight on it, and did this. It's kind of interesting, abstract, but it's one of those, when it's abstract for no reason, sometimes I have a hard time liking it afterwards, because like, what's the point of that? But other than looking weird, and it's definitely this picture is. The next one, another one where it's this building, like really cool architecture, this kind of oldish town car here, and this is one of those near miss photos. I think if the light would have been coming from the other direction, if it had more interesting light, this could have been a cool picture. But this is on the shadow side of the building, like, and I just took it because I like the geometry of it, and it's one of those pictures. Maybe I'll come back past this building in the morning time if I'm ever there again, with the light coming from the other side, and maybe get something, because this building was like really cool architecture in kind of weird modern way. And here's a Capital, Texas, just like the last video. I'm telling you, I take stock photos, and here it is, a standard stock photo. Like over the years, I've sold a ton of pictures of state capitals. I've gotten overnights like this. So Texas Capitol is a new one for my collection. We'll see if it sells over time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends how many pictures are already online of this. I'm thinking that this one probably won't sell too much because I'm betting there's like a million pictures of the Texas Capitol online right now. But like ones that sell from, we have one of West Virginia Capitol, which there's not that many stock photographers passing through Charleston, West Virginia. So I got like one of the few good ones of that. But I'm thinking this one's going to be, there's probably some more spectacular pictures of this Capitol building out there, but who knows. Alright, so I think that's it for Dallas. I mean Austin. Getting confused up. Austin, Dallas, Texas, all the same, right? Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that if anyone actually watches these. Alright, oh hey, look, there's Dallas. You know, I don't think I got any pictures this day. Let's see. Other than flying pictures, which is for another post, yeah. Alright, so here we are in Chicago. I didn't really leave the hotel area just to the length of the overnight, but anyhow, there's a woods across the road from the hotel where I went and took some pictures. It doesn't really fit the street photography genre of the blog post. Here we are across the road in the woods doing pretty fall time nature photos. Look, and there's a couple deer, 2 does. Usually I get better pictures of deer here because the deer are fairly tame, and there's a couple huge bucks, but I think it is the rut right now, and all the deer are all spooky. I saw 2 big bucks that they wouldn't let me get into range. Like my longest lens is 135 millimeters. You got to get pretty close with that to get a wildlife shot. And surprisingly, it works sometimes in this woods, but not this time of year because the deer are all fidgety and spooky, even though they're tame. This time of year they're kind of wild. More of the woods, and oh man, I didn't mean to show you all these. I'm supposed to filter this better. Oh, I didn't hit 3 or better. There we go, 3 or better. That'll get us out of, wait, wrong button. I just rated that one 3. 3 or better in the filter. There, that gets rid of the pictures that we don't want to see. So this is how close we are to the airport in my idyllic woods. We go the 7-6, I think, flying over. Oh no, it's a 777 right there. And then our hotel. Okay, this is the giant outlet mall next to our hotel. I like this picture because it's got the weird color scheme with the light coming through the window. I didn't filter this at all. This is just how it looks there. Surprisingly, no Photoshop here. And I took a picture of my spilled drink just because to have the realistic mess in the hyper modern environment. And going back to the hotel. And here we go, back to stock photo again. This is like this building right next door to our hotel had perfect light on it, and I totally stock photoed this up. In Photoshop, I get rid of this branch, so you get a nice blue sky over here. And if anyone wants a standard picture of an office building, it's about as basic of an office building as you can get with nice clouds reflected on it. So I don't know, I'm always in the eye for a couple different genres of photography, stock or street or whatever. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for putting up with it. Hope it doesn't sound like Uncle Murray's boring slideshow or something. Hope you get something from these. I'll talk to you the next one. Bye.